For today's tutorial, I am going to show you how to make this really cool looking faux wood design on a simple piece of cardstock. Stay tuned and see how simple and easy and quick this is to do. Alright, so first off, little disclaimer. I am totally stealing this idea from another YouTuber. Her name is Lindsay, and she has a channel called The Frugal Crafter, and there will be a link for Lindsay's channel in the blog post for this video. If you guys do crafts other than miniatures and you haven't watched Lindsay's channel, really, go to my blog, follow the link, and watch her channel. She does painting, she does card making, she does all kinds of stuff. And this was her idea. So we're going to start with a piece of craft colored cardstock. Cardstock comes in a big package, like this, like thick. Not very expensive. I was at Michael's. By the time this video comes up, it will be last week, and they had 3 packages for $10. And I see it at Joann Fabrics for that price also. This is a scoring board. I use this for card making. This is a Martha Stewart brand one. I got this at Michael's for, I think it was around $20. And you can use, sometimes you can use your coupon on Martha Stewart, not always. Excuse me, still fighting that cough. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to score our paper from top to bottom. We're going long ways. I want this to look like 6-inch boards, so I'm going to score every ½ inch. And the scoreboard has the marks, and it has these channels if you haven't used one of these. Make sure, yeah, I'm under camera. And we're just going to follow it down. And then you're going to go down the next one. You go over a ½ inch each time. You could go closer if you want this to look like narrower boards. You could go wider if you want a wider board. It's up to you. Now, where can we use this? I think it would be a cool floor. I think it could be a cool siding on a building. I want you guys to figure out where to use this on your dollhouse project and send me a picture or the links to your project. I want to see what you do with this. See, I'm not going to fast forward or take this part out because I want you to see this is really quick. We're just scoring from top to bottom. This paper also comes in 12 by 12, and if you need a bigger sheet, you could use a 12 by 12 piece. And this board will accommodate a 12 by 12 sheet also. All right, there, we're all scored. Now we've got these ridges every ½ inch. Put my scoring tool back, put that off to the side. Now I'm protecting my table with, excuse me, with some parchment paper, or yeah, this is cooking parchment. I buy it on the same aisle as aluminum foil. It is so useful in the craft room. And we are going to use some rubber stamping inks. And I always buy mine in these little sizes. They come, I think there's 4 or 6 to a package, and I've got a bunch of them. So I'm going to pick out some browns, and I'm also going to pick out a gray. These happen to be distress inks. As long as it's a dye-based ink, you can use any brand. I like these because I can buy all the colors for a lot less money. And we're just going to go from end to end. Now don't stop in the middle or you'll have a square. And I like to vary which direction I go. Don't worry about covering the whole thing because there I stopped a little bit. I've got something in my way over here. The base for our garage building is right off camera here, and it's in my way. But I'm sorry I keep coughing. I'm still fighting this cold. See, oh, and this color, if you're interested, was walnut stain, and this one is called scattered twigs, I think. And you don't want the color really super even on here. You want it, and always run your pad the lengthwise, the way the grain would be on your wood. I'm going to add a little bit of this one. This is Vintage Photo. This is my favorite color. I use this a lot, usually for aging paper. All right, now I'm going to throw in just a little bit of this pumice stone. It's a gray. You could add some greens. You could add any color you want. Now I'm going to let this sit and dry for probably about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to go wash my hands in the meantime. I'll come back and we're going to add some like weathered paint. All right, this is now all dry, and we are going to add some peeling paint to it. And what I've got here is just some white craft paint. I really wanted to use gesso, but my gesso seems to be empty and I didn't buy any more. So I've got one of these really cheap disposable brushes, and it's one I've used a lot. And there's actually hairs falling out of it. Okay. We are going to start off of the paper, and we're just barely going to touch. We don't want very much. Again, we are going with whatever wood grain would be on here. And it might be kind of cool to do this in another color. I'm not sure how that would look. Make this project your own. All right. Don't forget to wash your brush out. Now this also will need to dry for a few minutes, but because we're using so little paint, it'll just be about 5 minutes, and then I'll be back and we'll do the final step. All right, now that our paint is dry, we're going to take a ruler. This step is optional. I've got the little light colored lines down there where our grooves are. This is just a Crayola brand colored pencil in dark brown. Then I'm going to go down those grooves, color them in. I need my ruler up. Be sure and use a ruler for this. And this is optional. If you like the lighter color in between your boards, leave it. But that is all there is to it. I would recommend that you spray this with a coat of some kind of sealer, clear sealer, to protect it a little bit. But if you try this, send me a picture. I want to see what you did on your project with this idea. So there it is, some faux wood, super simple to do. Be sure and check the blog post. I'll put a link for Lindsay's YouTube channel on there. And if you haven't found us on Facebook, I'd love to have you come join us. We have lots of fun, and I usually give you a heads up as to what the project will be, or if for some reason there's not going to be one. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.